not repairable in multiple places. So, darn, I had to buy a whole new exhaust system. Today is maintenance day, repair day. The exhaust on my wife's truck here is falling off. Bought an MBRP 4-inch and a nice little 90 at the end, so excited to hear how it's going to sound. This one was with the original truck. I knew it wasn't in the best shape, but it was in one piece when I painted the truck and did everything. So now I knew that the time would be coming to replace this. So it does have 2 mufflers on it now, smaller ones, so I think that the sound is going to change. We're going to do a quick before and after for you here. So I apologize for the hard start, but it is only about, I don't know, maybe 15 degrees, if that. And this truck, glow plugs work when they want to, so I'm pretty sure that they are not working today. Started pretty hard, but truck has never left us stranded. It's been a good machine since we've been running it. I think this is probably going to be our 3rd year. Can't complain. The truck only has 56,000, I think, on the tack. We put new injectors in it. We studded it. I got an airbag system in the back to help for the heavy loads. Got an onboard compressor, B&W flip over, 5-position DSP5 switch for some tunes. Trans has had a little work done to it. Obviously I did the 2-tone paint job, had a little cowl hood. I bought a set of OEM rims and tires for it to give it that nice sleek stock look. I think I paid $1,000 for those, and they're in really good shape. The tires were brand new. Look at a little corrosion now, but not bad. Still super clean. Threw a lift pump on it too. That's on the list as well. So my plan as of now, unhook the trailer, get the truck in the shop, start warming everything up. We're gonna do the exhaust first because Jaden needs this truck right away tomorrow, and I want to get the biggest job out of the way. And if we have time, I'm gonna do fuel filters, do an oil change, obviously oil filter. Got some interior lights to do. I got to do some plate lights. Those have been out for a while. At least one of them has. So got a couple little things to cross off the list, but it should be a good, beautiful day for it. It's nice and chilly, but the sun is shining, and coffee's warm. Stay tuned. All right, well, because I want to warm the truck up a little bit to do an oil change and things, plus I don't believe I have an oil filter for it, we're gonna go run some errands quick. If there's no line, I might take the old thing through the car wash here as well, just because I'm lazy and I don't want to wash it after I'm done. Too bad. Pull these mirrors out. All right, so one last close look here. As you can tell, yeah, Bluetooth. So that's all got to go. The clamps are junk. Whole bottom sides, I mean, this is just toast. Really, really crunchy. So we're gonna get rid of all this. It does have a, I guess you call it a resonator here. It's clearly missing a bracket. So I'm gonna sneak up there. That's what I'm gonna start by, is taking off that clamp right there with that long stud sticking out. Take it off the downpipe, get everything loose, and then my assumption is that it's not going to want to come out very nicely. Typically, once you clamp down these sections of pipe together, they do not come apart again because they get dented and then they no longer slide. So I'm going to end up cutting it apart, or maybe it'll break apart, I don't know. But we're going to take it out in pieces, take off the exhaust hangers, and then we'll start by working our way front to back. So what we have here is our new exhaust system. This is the first piece we got. So this little clamp here is what's going to come off that downpipe. Like I said, that's where I'm going to start taking off that stud and clamp. That heads over. Looks like they sent it to me a little dented. I'll have to do a little hammering. Then you got this kick over pipe. This moves it over to get around some things. I believe that's for single cab only. I don't know. I read online that you need that, but I got my doubts. We'll make it work. This one is your axle piece, I guess you call it. The back of either the back of that, or if we end up using this, the back of this is going to connect to there. It's going to kind of make a curve. This goes over the axle, back axle, and then it 45's out the back. And then this fancy guy here, yeah, we're going to throw him on there too, just for aesthetics. No real purpose behind him. So I bought myself a variety pack of exhaust hangers and things like that. And then I have one of these clamps. I think I got a pile of them around here to kind of connect these together. I'd like to not weld this kit if I don't have to, but we'll see where everything leads us. I may just have to take wheel liner out. Oh, we'll get it. We'll get it. Reach around the wheel liner here. Look at that, it actually came out. Must be a stainless clamp. And that guy's next. Another big guy here. This one looks pretty crunchy. We'll see if it survives. What happens is the rubber, or the steel inside the rubber, rust. And last but not least here, we're going to see if we can get this one out of here. It's going to be kind of a pain. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get away from the welding section here. So I got the old one laid out on the ground in the orientation it is in the pickup, give or take a couple twists, and put the new one in there, and I realized that that piece, yeah, is incorrect, but that's okay. This piece here, though it may look dirty, is in super good shape. I actually had this piece in the shop. It was just a piece that I cut out of the exhaust system out of the shorty, because I ended up going to the stack in there, move some exhaust stuff around. So nevertheless, we didn't need it. We'll have to do a little cutting, trimming, whatever, and then get that lined up. But so from the downpipe on, it's a 4-inch, no resonator. I guess I said a muffler before. I believe that's technically called a resonator. That's gone. This kickover piece is here. That's the same. We'll have to put a hanger on it all the way out to the tailpipe section. Once we connect those two, hop over the axle, and then out the end, and then we'll throw that tip on there. But one step at a time. I think we're sitting good. I'm just going to make sure, first of all these pieces interlock and can go together before I have to mess with it in the truck. It's easier to deal with on the floor here. So we'll make sure we got a good flared out pipe so they can either go in each other, or that I have a place that I can weld and it's nice and cleaned up. So stay tuned. All right, so I was able to get the downpipe section hooked to that bump over piece, pounded that out so it's nice and round. That was able to go in there. I was about to cut this off because the end of this pipe is been clamped before, obviously. Like I said, it was an old piece from my other exhaust. But I don't know how much I'm going to cut off. It really depends how the length is going to be. So my next step is going to be to attach that piece to the downpipe, and then throw this crossover section in there as well. I'll have to weld on some hangers and get everything kind of where it needs to be. And then we'll see what length that piece needs to be cut at, and then run the rest of the tailpipe out. Sounds easier said than done. It's going to take me a little bit. Basically what I try and do when I put these on is get that clamp tight enough that I can move it, you know, and it's definitely seated where it needs to be, but enough that I can still, you know, go on this end and move it around so we have some flexibility and run it exactly where we want. Last thing we're going to do on the exhaust system is tighten that up. Next on the agenda, we're going to get a piece of pipe that goes in here, the kick over piece, and get that where it belongs. Okay. Looking like same diameter, which is okay. I just have to go get a clamp. I believe it's the same. Yeah. Alright, so we did have to make our O'Reilly's run, so I went ahead and bought oil, a filter, this kind of exhaust clamp, and then this is the one that we're after here. The box is pretty beat up. We'll see if it's got everything we need, but basically this thing takes two pieces of pipe that are the same diameter, and you're able to connect them without having to weld or any of that jazz. I think these are stainless, so there'll be no rusting issues. Yeah, and they are very sharp. I have cut myself on these a lot of times. They're normally pretty nasty, but I'll have to get that clamp on the other side. It's been a minute since I looked at these, but it's what we needed. It's most user friendly. So you pop this guy in here, set this here, get these around on. Okay, make it a round-ish shape, and then put that around. It's gonna be a kind of a pain, but get that around the pipe and then squeeze her down. So Jaden came back. She wants to let the horses out now. The sun is out, and she asked me to give them a little straw. They like to lay and sunbathe a little bit, so before she lets them out and the gates are open, I gotta grab a round bale of straw here. I actually have my spear up there, and straw bales are on the lower half here. Go around and get them bedded down. Alright, so help ourselves a little bit here. Well, it's gonna want to twist, but at least I can hold it up. There we go. Okay, so now we need to do all our twisting and shimmying and everything we want to do, but actually is looking okay. I'm going to twist this guy quite a bit, because the purpose of this one is to, so that when the axle travels it won't hit anything. It actually looks like it's lined up pretty good. this end, so it gets a little wonky in here, but you got to be off of this brace. So I'm gonna throw a block of wood in there for a spacer for now. We're pretty close on where I want this. I'm real close to that spare tire. Height looks okay, but I really don't like using my spin jack here to do this. I'm gonna get this out of the way, and I'm just gonna bungee this up to whatever I can find here. I'm confident enough to say that we could start clamping it down. Next on the list, up close and personal, I gotta throw a clamp on here. We're gonna squeeze this guy down. Gotta get it close here, and then it's gonna be a real pain, but we should be okay there. Get the bottom half of this clamp on here. Okay, throw the nuts on. Get it where you want it, because once it's tight, it will never move. There's still not a good place to get the camera to see the bolt that I'm trying to tighten, but that's okay. Just sit here and watch me struggle. I normally like to give this a few shakes as I'm installing it, just to make sure it's set where we want it. Now let's we're gonna do the tailpipe. The last hanger in the whole system here. Get this one here set. This guy, we'll get that connected here to hold this thing, and then it should be in one piece. Then we can adjust our middle ones. So I was able to wedge my little light in here so we can kind of see a little better. It got pretty short, but this will work to hold up this one. I took that other strap off, get us kind of where we wanted to be here. I rolled the welder over. I'm gonna get everything plugged in here, turn the gas on, lay a nice bead across there, and then let the strap down and see if it's where we want it. And then at the end, I'll cut all the tails off all the exhaust hangers here. Perfect. We don't want him coming off of there. This light. I'll go and do one from the back side. Perfect. Didn't move too much. I like it. I like it. Next step is going to be to work our way to the front of the truck. One bracket at a time here. Well, now the fitting process to this shiny little bugger here. Got a nice spider crawling around there. Yeah, I think it's gonna end up being kind of obnoxious just because of how much is left, but it might be all right. I should have moved that hanger up a little bit more. I even told myself I would do it, and then while I was doing it, completely forgot. So I'm gonna try to leave myself, well, about 1.5 inches from where my weld is, hack that off, and then, yeah, and we're gonna have to hang it. All right, so our exhaust job is done. I think it looks pretty good. I took the spin jacks out. Well, I guess I didn't have to do that right away, but it's oil change and fuel filter time. So I'll move the camera over there, get my transmission jack out and drain pan, and we're gonna get the fluids changed on this thing and then fire it up and see what it sounds like. A lift pump is a very, very common fueling upgrade. It helps basically do what a gasoline vehicle does. You turn the key on, it starts pumping fuel and provides pressure to that CP3, so it's not just pulling all the time. So you got a fuel filter and a water separator. So we're gonna unscrew these. I don't know, it looks terrible. I swear I did these last year. You know, maybe 2 oil changes between, but it just gets rock chipped so bad. So this back one rusts real bad, but we're gonna pop the front one off, go there first, and it's always a messy job. I hate doing it, but it's gotta happen. Almost time to trade up. Yeah, just kidding. Well, we'll see what the future holds. Never know. Changed at 57,521. Guess there was more on here than I thought. Dingy, burnt out plate lights. So I've ordered these in the past for my other pickups. They're like, I don't know, 15 or 18 bucks on Amazon. They are so bright, they will be brighter than my reverse lights. And they're literally just a plug and play. It's a 094 or 0194, something like that bulb. Just the same positive and negative 2-blade. So we'll pop these guys out real quick, plug them in, and see if they light up. Put these guys in here. Make sure block off all the water from getting in there. Back in first, and then this last tab snaps in here. Back wedges in, and then this tab is spring loaded. So super easy. Takes 2 seconds. Really good upgrade. There you go, and they are actually far tighter than the factory ones. Get rid of all this garbage. That's done. All right, so no judgment here. It's a work truck, so it is dirty, and my wife has been on the road with horse stuff, so she's got a bunch of stuff in here. But anyways, we're about to get rid of these dingy lights. There's only 3 of them, so it can get kind of dark in here, I guess, at night if you're trying to look at what's in back or whatever. And I don't know, I don't like shadows. I like being able to see what I'm doing. So another Amazon find, couple bucks. You can get yourself LED bulbs for these. So we're gonna swap those in real quick. Well, there, the most satisfying one is done. Cool. Look at that end result. Brighter than heck. I'll take that. Alright, well thank you everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Now we can keep this truck on the road. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.